Perform task. Abby wants to write the square root of I in the form of a plus bi. She begins by writing the equation square root of I is equal to the a plus bi. Part A. Square both sides of the equation. They use the fact that the real part and the imaginary part on each side of the equation are equal to write the system of equation involving the variables a and b. Part B. Solve the system to find b, then find a. Part C. List the possible solution for a and b. And part D. Square each of the possible solutions. What are the two square roots of I? Okay, let's go first here and let's say part by part. Square root of both sides of the equation. We already know square root of I was equal with a plus bi. A plus bi. And now we want to square both sides to create a system. If I'm squaring both sides, let's square both sides. Let me take a different color because we have a very little space here to work. And I'm squaring both sides. I'm squaring here and I'm squaring here. But this square here with the index we can simplify. So we can write I is equal. And now I'm going this one. We can expand a plus bi times a plus bi, or we can use the formula a plus 2bi abi plus b squared, the algebraic formula. So I'm using the algebraic formula. A squared plus 2ab, and we should not forget I, because this I is here, and plus bi squared. So bi squared. Because it's a bi squared, let me write a b squared and times by squared. But I squared here is equal with a minus 1. Minus 1. And minus 1 times b squared times positive b squared is going to be minus b squared. So this has to be minus b squared. And here we have a 2abi, and here is a positive a squared, and here we have a I. But the real number here is a 0 plus I, because we don't have any number here. We can write 0 plus I, and we want to create a system here. How we can create a system? Because this is the real part, and the real part is a squared minus b squared. So we can say 0 is equal with a squared minus b squared. A squared minus b squared. So we already created one of the systems of the equation, a squared minus b squared. But the other one, I'm looking here with the I. This is with the I here. Let me change the color here. Maybe it looks better. I here and 2abi. So we can create by I is equal with a 2abi. So the imaginary number. And the real part and the imaginary part of the complex number. So we already created a system. But now solve the system to find b, then to find I'm sorry. And first of all, let's take a 0 is equal with, we can have different forms how to solve it, by substitution, by elimination, etc. But let me use a substitution method of a solving system of equations. But now here I have a squared minus b squared. A squared minus b squared. And now if I am adding both sides plus b squared, let's say plus b squared this side, and plus b squared in the other side. if I'm adding both sides b squared, then we get here, what we're going to get here, we're going here to get a b squared, or b squared is equal with a squared. Is equal with a squared. But if we are taking square root of both sides, so then for instance, we are going here to have a square root here, and square root here. So this square here with this square is going to get away. Same thing, this square here with this square going away. So b is equal with a. So I have this relationship between a and b. But on the other hand, we have a I here is equal with a 2ab. 2abi. If we are dividing everything by I, both sides, because both sides have I, so I is going to disappear, and 1 is going to be equal with a 2ab. But on the other hand, we know b is equal with a, and instead of the a here, we are plugging b. So 2ab, in fact, instead of 2b, and instead of the other b is going to be here. b times b is b squared. So let me take one short step here, and it's going to be equal with 1. Now we divide this by 2, and b squared is going to be equal with 1 over 2. And we are taking a square root of everything. So b is equal with a plus minus square root of 1 over 2. Square root of 1 over square root of 2. Or because the square root of 1 is 1, so we can write this way, which we can write a little bit in the other form. When we rationalize square root of 2 times square root of 2 both sides, we can have this equal with a plus minus, which is a equal. Same is equal with a square root of 2 divided by 2. And b is equal with a. And list all possible solution. So a is equal with a square root of 2 divided by 2. The other solution is a is equal with a minus the square root of 2 divided by 2. This is another solution. And the other solution is b is equal with a square root of 2 divided by 2, and b can be equal with a minus square root of 2 divided by 2. So those are possible solutions. And the other here, I. And if we write the square root of I here, square root of I is equal with a plus minus square root of 2 divided by 2, and plus minus square root of 2 divided by 2, because instead of the b, we are plugging b. Here is a I, and this is the square root of I.